Hey guys, it's Cream, aka Miss Cream of the Crop, and we're here with another episode of Conversations with Cream. On this episode, my featured guest is Jason Harvey. I'm really excited because you guys know I'm all about fashion, music, self-love, and women empowerment. So who better to talk about fashion than with Jason Harvey? So let's just jump right into this conversation because he has a line of people that are lined up to talk to him today, and we don't want to waste his time. We don't want to waste my time either, but we really don't want to waste his time. So let's just get right into having him introduce himself to you guys, and then we'll get right into this interview. So, Jason, how are you today? Introduce yourself to the people, and then we'll get into your new endeavors.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. Well, what's up, everybody? My name is Jason Harvey. I am the creator and founder of this brand called Worldly that I'm super excited to share with you all about. And yeah, I'm never too tired to keep talking early or just have fun. So hit me with whatever questions you got.
Yes, absolutely, absolutely. So I'm pretty sure jumping into the fashion world isn't new for you. I mean, I think most of us can say that your family is pretty well known for fashion. So before we even get into Worldly, like, what does it feel like being born into a family? What does it feel like, first of all, being born into the shoes and the clothes that you were born into? Like, what does that feel like?
Yeah, for sure. It's so interesting, man. Everybody that's a part of my family has their own really unique sense of style, you know what I'm saying? And the cool thing about that is that I've always been able to kind of look at each person and just really see how their fits really align with like their specific personality, you know what I'm saying? And I think as time went on and it was time for me to start really tapping into my own creative endeavors, I was able to really kind of pull from those personalities and their sense of fashion and be able to like kind of translate that onto paper and essentially into a business such as Worldly now, you know what I'm saying? So there was a lot of pulling from family for sure, and also with who I am. I'm just naturally such a innovative creative when it comes to designing and trying to do things that are just like out of the box and avant-garde, so yeah, like sorry, I know you're my baby in the background.
That's okay. I'm a parent too. Listen, my daughter, I was telling India earlier, I said my daughter was going somewhere with a friend and she was all dressed up. She had her little boots with the heels on it. She was all clicking and clacking all through the house. And I said, okay, you're going to have to wait in the other room because I can't have you clicking and clacking through my interview. So,
not here, man. They don't understand what they doing.
That's okay. That is okay. So did you feel any pressure, or do you guys feel any pressure to outdress each other? Like, is there competition amongst the family when you guys come together and you have to go to functions, whether it be dressy functions or whether it be casual functions? Is there competition?
I'm always that annoying sibling or kid, or like, out of one of the kids, to the point where it's like I just have never really cared, man. Does this sound crazy? Like, I think a lot of the siblings, they do their own thing. I don't think anybody's ever trying to really focus on what the other person is going to think about what they wear. But at the same time, I do think that something is kind of there, because there is a lot to really amount to, or like, like, how you dress and come around the family for different functions and stuff like that. But I've always been that one that's just annoying with it. Like, usually I'll, like, you never know. Either they know what to expect with me. Either I'm going to go super hard and I'm going to look super fashionable, and they're going to be like, he really outdid himself this time. Or I'm going to come in and it's like, dang, it was kind of last minute, you know, what they got at this store real quick. Like, I'll never forget, we were in Africa when he was taping Feud, and I don't know what I was thinking, but I forgot to bring a suit. And for him, it's so important to always bring a suit, no matter where you go, especially when traveling with him. He always wants you in a suit. So I said, okay, so meanwhile, out of Florida don't have a suit, so let's see how this is gonna go. So I go up in there and to one of these stores in South Africa, and mind you, South Africa don't have like all the stores, you know, that you would go to in America, which is totally fine, but
yeah,
last minute, that's kind of rough. I don't know which store to go to, but I found the store, and it just so happens that the suit was all brown and it did not fit me in any kind of way. Like, he kept messing with me because my arms, like, the suit was so big, my arms was kind of like all the way down. You could barely even see my hands, and so every time I'm reaching for something, I had to kind of like pull the sleeves back just a little bit. So he was like, "Why you got these T-Rex hands going on? Like, what you doing right now?" And I had to get a suit last minute. Like, Lisa got a suit. Like, come on, work with me. But
wow,
well, I just always do my thing. Like, and I think that's the one thing that they've always been able to appreciate with me is that I just do what's on my heart. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, you know, and I know that was a last minute thing that I did, and it wasn't intentional. But sometimes I will kind of do some like intentional things, like just because I know it's gonna stress them out. But I'm just that sibling, I guess, who's always trying to do pranks on my family.
That is hilarious. My great aunt happens to be the person that we all try to make sure that we are up to par. She'll be 89 this year, and she's the one that would check you on your clothes. You know, she's the one that will always ask you, why is this out of place? Why is that not fitting? Why is this? Why is that? And she has this one thing that she always says, "Don't you embarrass me. You come here looking like you just got off the boat. That is not presentable." She's that one.
Yeah.
She's that one family member.
Oh, the ankle.
Yeah, she's that one family member that we know.
Oh, for sure.
If she's gonna be there, everything has to be in place, from the hair all the way down to your toe has to be in place. So with Worldly, I know that this is something that you came up with, and you have your business partner as well. It's for Black and brown fashion designers. Why was it so important for you to make this design house specifically for Black and brown fashion designers?
I mean, I feel like anytime we can come together and be able to share our resources and share our connections, why wouldn't we do that? You know, and that's always been on my heart. Like, even before Worldly was even established, like, I've just always been such a generous, caring and loving person. Like, any type of way that I could help or do something for somebody, it's always been in my nature to immediately act on that. You know what I'm saying? So, and it seems like when I first was doing other different, you know, creative ventures, or, you know, I know I started off with footwear at one point. Like, I really believe in my heart of hearts that the reason I couldn't get it where I needed to be at was because, one, it wasn't for me to be successful with that specific endeavor, but two, I needed to stick to who I am. Does that make sense? Like,
yes.
Is a person who always wants to help others, you know what I'm saying, who always wants to give back. And so with me, you know, working all of these different, you know, positions with my family and stuff like that, I've gained so much knowledge and so many resources in the process. And I'm just like, what's the point of keeping it to yourself when you can really be able to help those who are in need, you know, especially those who look like myself, look like you and I. And so it's that's why I'm so passionate about getting Worldly out there and sharing it with the world, because I want for everyone to feel like that they have a safe haven now. You know what I'm saying? They can come somewhere to, you know, be a part of a business that actually feels like it cares about them, cares about who they are, you know what I'm saying, and actually is genuinely looking to help. Like, I'm not creating any of these collections that Worldly pushes out per every new collection. Like, I'm featuring somebody who has caught my eye, that I know has been grinding for a long time, and they're amazing at what they do, and that they also are passionate about what they do, and their heart matches their work, you know what I'm saying? And so I look to just basically bring them on board and let them continue to be a part of this greatness that we're creating. So I'm just so thankful that I got to use John Byrd-Olivieri, who's the first designer for Worldly, you know what I'm saying? And we've been knowing each other for 10 years. He's been looking at me grind, I've been looking at him grind, and it just was the perfect time, like, to be able to do something like this. And I wouldn't have wanted anybody else to be the first designer for that, you know what I'm saying? He definitely holds a special place in my heart, and his work definitely matches his heart. They call him Big Bird.
I think that's really, really amazing. So someone that's in your position and someone who has a dad that is as well known as he is, I know that a lot of times there's a lot that is expected of you. There's a lot that is expected of your dad. There's a lot of that is expected of people that are in certain positions, and you don't have to help. You don't have to care. You don't have to give back, but you choose to do so. So given that, why is that important to you? Why did you choose to do that? And how do you expect to help this talent? Like, what is Worldly choosing to do for the talent?
Yeah.
I know that's like a kind of a two-part question, but.
No, it's cool. I mean, if I was on the opposite end of the stick, like, I would want somebody to do that for me, essentially. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, once again, like, that's where my heart has always been, is to just always try and, like, help and sow into somebody any kind of way that I can. Like, I'm not the most knowledgeable person in the world, but I still have knowledge under my belt. And you know what I'm saying? And like even when I created the dance ministry that I was over when I was at church, like, I was in college when I started that up. But you know how much pressure that is? All those kids were literally like ages 7 through 13, and I worked with them all the way until like they were in their 20s. And it just was so much pressure on me to have to really make sure that I'm overly, like, not getting caught up in mess. You know what I'm saying? Because you can't be like teaching them one thing and then you out here doing something totally opposite. You know what I'm saying? Like,
black church doesn't play.
You feel me? Like, no. Olive church too, so it's just, they weren't playing no games with that. Like, but what's so funny is that I needed it. Like, it helped shape me and mold me who I am today. You know what I'm saying? So, why do I do it? Because once again, I would want somebody to do it for me, and I'm just trying to help and show that we can make a whole lot more noise when we come together in numbers, rather than feel like we have to be isolated and keep it all to ourselves, do our own thing. No, we let's take care of each other. You know what I'm saying? You got something I need, I got something you need. Like, let's two heads are better than one. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, absolutely. So you're launching this in Atlanta.
Absolutely.
So why Atlanta? Like, why is Atlanta so important to be the city to launch this in instead of LA or New York? Why Atlanta?
Absolutely. Atlanta is a complete treasure, as we all know. And I think that there are a lot of brands coming out of Atlanta and that have existed for a long time now that are doing their thing, and they're amazing, and I love what they're doing. I just felt like there weren't really, there's not really a brand that is out here embracing, like, the culture, you know what I'm saying, and really just embracing everything that Atlanta has to offer and what it is. Like, Atlanta is super, like, known, in my opinion, when it comes to fashion and being creative. It's just things like, I hate it when we feel like we have to sometimes go to other cities in order to make it. You know what I'm saying? Like, we feel like we got to go to a New York, we got to go to a LA, or we got to go to Paris, overseas. You know what I'm saying? Like, literally, like, what we have is special. Let's just embrace it, and that's what I'm looking to do with Worldly. That's why it's so important for me to do it here. You know what I'm saying? I wanted to bring back that that like late 90s, early 2000s, like, wacky sense of art. You know what I'm saying? That, like, a lot of these legendary artists were pushing out of, coming from Atlanta. Like, I want to bring all of that back into the mix and really just do it on steroids, basically.
Yes.
I want to have fun with it, and I really believe in my heart of hearts that when people witness this first show, like it's just that, and they'll be like, man, I completely get what he's doing and I'm behind it 1,000,000%, like, and I want to be a part of that movement. So it's for all of us, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, so you're basically looking to make an impact.
Absolutely.
You're looking at a major impact. And why not Atlanta? Like you said, you're people that look like you, people that look like me, we're important. And this is a fashion house. This is a creative house. So why not do it where the city that most looks like us? I mean, yes, we have DC and other areas, got Philly, but I mean, why not do it in Atlanta? Like you said, why not Atlanta? So the other thing that I want to ask you about, so recently we've had Virgil, Andre Leon Talley, they recently passed away, and they were huge figures in the fashion world, and they look just like us. So they were also people that inspire other designers and other fashion creatives. So who inspires you other than your family? And maybe your family doesn't inspire you, but were they inspiration to you? If not, who did inspire you and your style?
Yeah, for sure. Creatively, man, my mother has played a huge role. And
your mom is...
Yeah, we are, you know.
Oh my gosh.
Mama Bear don't play no games.
At all, like...
And she loves it so much, but I think just seeing her passion and love for it, and whenever we used to go, you know, to travel to, you know, see a lot of these different shows and different things like that, just seeing her passion and the way that she communicates with these designers and you know, people over there, like it's just so inspiring, man, and just seeing her level of confidence, you know, like it's helped me tremendously to like not be fearful in my level of design, you know what I'm saying? And I know a lot of things that I may create might be, well, when I first started creating, it was a little bit more so like over the top, but I learned how to eventually like make it where it is more wearable, you know what I'm saying? So it really ended up becoming more, it's wearable art, you know, but like,
yeah,
creativity with John's creativity is like the perfect blend and balance, because he's so like formal and classy, and he doesn't really like color, and I'm like complete opposite. Give me like wacky extreme you know, like stuff that you wouldn't really be able to wear, and then just kind of like mesh it together, and it's beautiful. So like some of the dress is like something that, you know, the way that we've designed it, it can be something that you can dress up with a heel, but at the same time it's super edgy to the point where you can throw a sneaker on with it too, you know. So make it where it had a really good sense of balance like that, and it really had to help set the tone and pave the foundation for, you know, when it's time to bring other artists on board, they can just pick up from right there and be able to do their thing, you know what I'm saying, while still staying the roots of it. So.
That sounds like an Outkast album to me. Here, you know, you got Andre 3000. He comes in with these big football shoulder pads. You got Big Boy. He's just chilling with the fur. Like, I mean, that's still my homie, but you know, we go. It works.
Right. That's definitely me and John when it comes to that.
It's like it works. It works. It works. So this collection is going to drop on March 23rd, and it's going to have 25 looks.
Yeah,
so basically,
25.
Okay, so basically, it's described as, from what I read, it's going to have some avant-garde wearable art. Is that how you would describe it?
See, there it is. Going back to wearable art, what I said. That's exactly what it is. And you know, this, and me and John had this conversation. Like, I always try to like explain to him. Me personally, I feel like to really get the attention of people, you have to at least have some pieces in there. Even if you know everybody and their mama ain't about to be grabbing that one piece, you might get one or two people that grab that one, you know. It's still important to do and place in your collection because it gets people talking, you know what I'm saying? It brings more awareness to what you're doing. And people love the stuff that they know that they can't wear. I don't know, we just enjoy seeing it. It's just fun witnessing and being able to experience and see who's gonna throw it on, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Through the midst of that, like, you still have to have all of that like ready to wear attire as well, because that's the stuff that we really gonna be buying. So, but yeah, we definitely we knocked it out of the park. There was definitely a great sense of collaborating that took place with this collection. So I really, honestly, I wanted John to really be able to do his own thing. I was like, no, I'm not even gonna get my 2 cents on nothing. He's like, no, I want you to give your 2 cents on something.
Yeah.
He's like, oh, we're gonna do this thing together. So he basically built it for sure, and I just tried to input. I might have threw like a couple of little pieces in there for fun, just because I can't. But he definitely showed out, and he really went out of his comfort zone in his collection. Like, he's not a big color person at all, but which is hilarious because the whole collection is just straight color.
It's just color. So
he really went hard, and now I find like him just always calling me now and being like, man, what you think about this color? I'd be like, who am I talking to now? Like,
you open up a new door for him. You open up a new door.
Yeah, and that's what it's all about. Like, I just want each new designer that comes on board, I just want them to feel like they're having fun. Like, if you need my assistance or help, I'm here. If you don't, do your thing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And in any kind of way they want me to contribute, if it's helping with some of the pieces or it's helping with being able to like tell the story in a really unique way. Like, I'm here, you know what I'm saying? But I also want each designer to feel like they can stay true to who they are in their craft, but also being mindful of keeping everything still in line with like the DNA to worldly, you know what I'm saying? And that's what I was saying. Me and John have really been able to set the tone for what that looks like. So, yeah.
So for any of the designers that look like us, the black and brown designers that are interested in becoming a part of Worldly, what do they have to do? What is the process of being chosen?
Yeah, for sure. So as of right now, the first 2 designers, and I say 2 because I selected the second one as well, it was just based off of who I found, and I'm very big on making sure that their work matches what their heart looks like, you know what I'm saying? And so John was definitely that, and the next person who I've chosen definitely meets that as well. But for the future, a lot of people have asked me this question too. I think it'd be really fun to even do some kind of like audition type of thing, you know what I'm saying? Or like, people kind of similar to like a Project Runway, but then it's like own kind of way or something like that, like I think that'd be a lot of fun. But they can, if everybody wants to kind of follow the story and the journey to, for Worldly, they can just go to www.hellaworldly.com, HELLA worldly.com, and they can keep up with everything. They can just follow the journey. They can see what all we got coming up, and they can follow on IG as well at Hella Worldly.
Yes, I love it. So Worldly is the avant-garde wearable art launches March 23rd, and it's all about economic empowerment of independent artists. And I'm really excited to see these pieces launch. I really appreciate you for taking time out of your day to speak to me. Hello to the baby in the background running around. I love it. This is what it's all about.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. So much for taking the time to chat with me, and man, I had a great time with you. Thank you.
Thank you. I had an amazing time as well. Thank you so much for this. Enjoy the rest of your day. I know it's really, really busy, but I appreciate you for taking the time to have this conversation with me on Conversations with Cream. Enjoy the rest of your day.
For sure. You too. Thanks for having me.
You're welcome.
All right. Bye-bye.